This is meteorologist Dan Baumgart with the National Weather Service in La Crosse on an update on the dangerous flooding we expect to occur overnight. We wanted to pass along that we don't think this is a normal situation. We think that tonight we could see rainfall rates that are very abnormal. Very heavy rainfall is expected. Some areas could see up to 8 inches of rain overnight. We expect most of the area to see 2 to 6 inches, and with the rainfall that has fallen over the past week, that could spell life-threatening flooding in many areas. There's also a risk for damaging winds and isolated tornadoes, and we have moved that time frame into the evening hours rather than from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., so a little bit of fine-tuning there. Rainfall expected tonight. Um, we expect 4 to 8 inches, as you can see on the bottom part of this slide here, 4 to 8 inches from roughly Austin, Minnesota to Rochester into north central Wisconsin, with 1 to 3 inches and even lesser amounts as you move towards south central Wisconsin, but about 1 to 3 inches south of La Crosse. That's good news because that area has seen 8 to 15 inches of rain over the last 8 days. Tonight we're hitting an area that has not seen a lot of rain. The soils can handle a little bit more, but with such intense rainfall rates, we are concerned that many areas will be inundated with flash flooding in this band that we expect to fall. One of the areas of concern is urban flooding. Rochester, Austin, Medford, any Winona, any towns and cities, more urban areas that are hit with these heavy rainfall rates will quickly be uh, the city infrastructure will be overcome and water will become an issue in those areas. So we have a flooding risk. We also have a damaging wind and isolated tornado risk. That is basically from southeast Minnesota into Iowa and then slightly further east into west central Wisconsin. That will be from 6 to 9 p.m. The main risks to people overnight will be higher end flooding, localized to widespread flooding with river rises, mudslides, and rock slides. We expect most river basins in the area to be affected. The Kickapoo and Turkey rivers down in Iowa and southwest Minnesota are already flooding. They cannot handle any more rain. And then the Root, Cedar, Black River, Trempealeau will likely see flooding north and west of La Crosse. So the entire area is under the gun tonight for these flooding threats that will linger overnight, and then the damaging wind and isolated tornado threat from 6 to 9. Our confidence is quite high that there's going to be this heavy rain band north and west of La Crosse, and a bit lower idea on confidence for damaging wind and isolated tornadoes. So in summary, we're expecting a weather scenario that's going to play out the next several hours and into the overnight and into Wednesday that could bring significant rainfall and life-threatening flash flooding to any area really overnight. You have to really just stay tuned to the weather forecast, have multiple ways of receiving your forecast in case your area loses power or the internet. Again, don't camp tonight, especially along waterways, but it's not going to be a nice night out there. And don't travel tonight if you don't have to. Stay home if you are not in a flood-prone area. It's the safest place to be. If you live in a flood-prone area, consider a friend's place for the overnight. Stay weather aware during the overnight hours.